Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be turning this used 50-gallon oil drum into an incinerator or burn barrel or whatever you want to call it for burning garden waste. We did have one of these previously, but it's kind of reached the end of its life now, so it's time to make a new one with some improvements. And we've already done the first step of this, which is to empty out all of the contents that were still in there. The next step is to take the top off, and when you're doing this you always need to be careful if your drum's been used for flammables that sparks from the tool you're using doesn't set alight to any contents that are still in there. But talking of tools, we're going to be using an air hammer. You can also use an angle grinder or plasma cutter, or if you were really bored and had ages, you could probably use a hammer and chisel. I'd recommend not doing that. But I've never used this before, so I'm going to let Dad behind the camera show me how it's done. We've got the top off now, and it would have been a lot easier if we'd done it maybe an inch or so in from the edge, but that would have left quite a lot of sharp parts that you could have caught your hand on easily. Since it's not me and Dad behind the camera using this, or be someone else, we didn't want to leave tons of sharp edges, which is why we've done it right up to here, which took us a bit longer than it could have done, but it's always better not to have that kind of safety problem with it. The next thing we're going to do is the first of our improvements to our previous burn barrel. And we're going to be putting some legs on it, because most people don't bother with legs on these, they just put them on a kind of concrete or paved area where there's nothing underneath it to burn really. But we don't have that, and we put ours on the grass, so what we did was something similar to this with some blocks under it. But that still managed to burn the grass, and when we came to move it recently, we noticed that it had actually been burning kind of the edge of the blocks without it actually catching alight. So we're going to be making some metal legs to put on here. We're trying to keep this quite simple and not too complicated, but for this part we did do some measuring. For the legs we got a piece of scrap from our scrap pile, and we've cut it up into 3 legs. And then we measured the circumference of the drum, which was 71 inches, and then we divided that by 3, which is 23.66 recurring inches. So we used some measuring tape, and you can see the first of the marks. We put a mark every 23.66 inches, roughly, around there to mark out where the legs will go. And that's the most scientific part of this done. We've got the legs welded on now, and for anyone that's actually going to be making one of these after watching this video, if you're planning on welding legs or anything else to it, then make sure that if you've had flammables in it, that there still may be residue in it, so just be careful that nothing catches fire while you're welding. Now to drill some ventilation holes to give air to any material that's burning down here well, there's still quite a lot on top of it blocking oxygen from coming down from the top. We're going to use a hole saw. You could quite easily also use a step saw. We've drilled all of the holes now. In this kind of bottom part we've got 6, 2 for every kind of gap between the legs. And then on this middle part we've got 3, 1 in the kind of position of each leg. You can see there. And when you're having a fire with this, if you have immediate neighbours, what you might want to do is take off all of the current paint that's on it and paint it with heat resistant paint, and that means when you have your first couple of fires using it, you won't have tons of paint fumes coming off it, which your neighbours will not thank you for. But because we do not have any immediate neighbours, we're going to use it as it is, and after a couple of fires all of the paint should have burnt off. But if you're going to do the same as us, you need to make sure that you're staying away from where the fumes are, because the fumes from paint are toxic, which you do not want to be breathing in. Now to test it out. That's one small project done now and ticked off the list, but that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Please subscribe to my channel, like this video and see our other videos. More to follow as we do more on this tractor. Bye!